Hello everybody and welcome to Kerbal Space Program, Continental War. This is a little continuation of a series me and a good friend did a while ago. His name is X3X and his channel will be linked in the description below, as I am still doing it with him. His episode should come out soon after this one, I'm not entirely sure when, but this is highly based off of Fall of Kirby made by Tape and Beardy Penguin. The full playlist will be linked in the description below if you're interested in watching it or watching it again. And without further ado, let's get on with my turn. Now, as opposed to how we did this earlier, we are starting in more of a World War II era, mainly due to balancing and modpack issues. We are not starting in World War I. We are going to go a little bit ahead and jump into the World War II era. And Xenos will be allowed to launch a little bit more than I am being able to launch in this first turn. And after that, we will go back and we will go to our normal rule settings, which I will try and put into the description somehow if you are interested and want to be caught up on that, so you want to understand of how we're deploying our units every turn. Anyway, we are launching this little supply truck here, and this is going into the north in the mountains pass to support some tanks that I've also launched as well. Our tanks will be escorting these up into the north to maybe build a forward operating base and protect it with some emplacements if need be. Now, with our tanks being able to move 100 kilometers a turn, but our supply trucks only being able to move 75 kilometers a turn, I've decided to hold back on moving our tanks completely, like all the way forward, and have them escorting these supply trucks as to defend them from any, like let's say just rogue Aurelian tanks that might come through the area and attack them, or even strafing runs. Try and keep Aurelia away from our supply trucks, and hopefully here we will establish a little staging ground to push into Aurelia in the future. Now in the south, we deploy our first naval unit in this turn, the CSS Ophelia, an Ophelia-class cruiser that will be hopefully heading down the island chain to help secure the southern islands and hopefully give ourselves a second front for the Aurelians to deal with later on. Now, opposed to our naval launches in the south, in the north, we launched the CSS Rigel and the CSS Rockdale, two more Ophelia-class cruisers to defend the north and build a northern fleet up here. And furthermore, we also deployed the CSS Kestrel, a Camelot-class carrier with 3 KE-8A regulators, 3 dive bombers, which will hopefully be used to strike the Aurelian Navy in later turns to more cripple their fleet and allow our 2 currently now deployed cruisers and hopefully a vast fleet in the future to crush through the Aurelian Navy and take their naval bases and rid them of access to the seas in the ASEA. Back up to Valley's Guard, where we have deployed 3 KE-5A Skywings, 3 attackers that will be used in future turns to hopefully strike any Aurelian ground forces that are, well, standing in our way. Well, that is it for our turn, and I know there was really no action here, but I can't really just land an aircraft at a base and kind of call it mine for, a whole episode. I think that would be kind of boring. So for this first episode, at least for me and Xenos, we are just launching our forces and preparing our forces for, well, future episodes where there will be way more action than there was here. I can tell you that. And, well, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you for the next episode.